This is 6 News at 5.
Right now on 6 News, new video of a major prison fire in Huntsville. What happened to the inmates inside?
Plus, the mugshot seen around the world. We'll tell you who's cashing in on the controversy.
But first, Bell County investigators tell 6 News why they cleared a Salado ISD employee of any wrongdoing after a ding-dong ditch confrontation. Good Friday evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Lindsay Liepman.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Kris Radcliffe. Let's get right to our top story tonight. The investigation into the Salado ISD bus driver accused of chasing and then shooting at a group of children for ding-dong ditching his home has now come to a close. But
debate over what really happened took over social media throughout the week. 6 News reporter Dishon spoke to law enforcement about the investigation and the Salado ISD superintendent, who both explain how crucial it is to be patient in situations like this. Sydney?
Kris and Lindsay, many people are coming to the bus driver's defense after he was taking heat on social media before the investigation was even complete. The man was accused of shooting a gun at a group of kids who rang his doorbell and then took off. According to investigators, video that appeared to be a flash of light was actually an insect flying in front of the camera. The Bell County Sheriff's Department determined he never fired a gun. Now, it's important to note this investigation garnered lots of attention on social media, especially because a variety of different claims were being posted. A school board meeting got heated. There was a lot of local news coverage, and it took multiple days for law enforcement to sort everything out. Tonight, as the investigation comes to its conclusion, the Salado ISD superintendent says he has a message for all parents.
It's just a good lesson to not jump to conclusions or base decisions on what you see on the internet or, on social media. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Thankfully, we have a very quality law enforcement agency in the Bell County Sheriff's Department that did a very thorough investigation and got to the truth of this matter. I just encourage people in the future to trust that process and not jump to conclusions before a determination is made.
Coming up at 6, Operations Lieutenant with the Bell County Sheriff's Department addresses concerns from parents and breaks down why investigations like this take time. As far as the future of the employee, the Salado ISD superintendent tells me they have not had the chance to meet with the employee who is currently on administrative leave, but they will be making a decision within the next few weeks.
All right, Sydney, thanks so much. In more news tonight, Texans are being asked to conserve energy again until 9 o'clock tonight.
ERCOT expects conditions to remain tight this evening due to a high demand and low wind power. The grid's power controller says it avoided emergency operations yesterday, all thanks to conservation efforts and rainfall in the Houston area. A quick check right now at the supply and demand forecast. As a reminder, the upper purple line is how much power Texas has. The lower blue line is how much of that supply is being used. We want to see a large gap between those lines, but as you see right there, conditions remain tight until late this evening.
Well, we do have some exciting changes in the forecast. Meteorologist Matt Farrell joining us with a first look. Matt?
Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, they started yesterday with just a few pop-up showers through the afternoon. Same situation today. It's very widespread, and you can see most of these cells very small on the map, but there are a couple of spots, especially along the Colorado River here, as we're seeing some moderate to heavy rainfall near Lometa and Lampasas right now, and again, right along the Colorado River. That's where we're seeing some of the heaviest rain at this hour, but again, very small. These are isolated. They're just not a lot of coverage, and of course, that means these are not drought-busting rains, and of course, the totals are not going to be very impressive either, but it's the first time in a long time that we've had 2 straight days of seeing rain across the area. Another little cell near Mejia and down in Falls County just to the south of Marlin there as well. And then some heavy rain out in Crockett County. I'm showing this to you. I know it's kind of out of our viewing area, but it is pushing east. So we're going to keep an eye on that for the rest of the evening. As we zoom back out and put it all in motion, you can see everything popping up here over the last hour or so. And it should stay with us like yesterday until the sun goes down. We lose that heat 8:30. We'll see those pop-up showers across the area. Unfortunately, it has done nothing for our temperatures today. It's just another scorcher across the area, another record broken in College Station, another record broken in Waco as well. And we'll talk more about that in full weather, but for now, let's take a look at tomorrow. It is just going to be hot again tomorrow. Those rain chances are still there, isolated like today, But again, the heat does continue. We'll talk about when it might break coming up.
Matt, thanks so much. Back to the news now. I-35 is back open after southbound lanes in Temple were shut down this morning. Temple police reported a deadly crash just after 9 a.m. near Buc-ee's. At least one person died. Temple police are investigating. 6 News will keep you updated, though, as we learn more at KCENTV.com. Right now, hundreds of inmates are set to be moved from a prison in Huntsville.
Yeah, the Texas Department of Criminal Justice says 400 of them will be transported to other facilities, but who is going where is still unknown. 650 inmates were evacuated while firefighting crews were on the scene there this morning. Look at this video. Flames broke out around 2:30 in the morning. They're now contained, but that fire damaged the attic of the West building and the administration building. Just hours ago, buses started arriving at the Walls unit. TDCJ says the inmates will be transported to hundreds of different facilities across the state. No specific locations have been provided as of yet. Huntsville Fire Chief Greg Mathis says they had help with putting out hot spots throughout the building.
Years of the older construction buildings and things of that nature, and ceiling coverings and the tile that's on the roof and things of that nature, it's just tough to get to where we need to be.
The marshal is on scene investigating the cause due to the housing capacity. That's why certain inmates are getting moved.
Well, firefighters are battling an oil refinery fire in Louisiana. Flames and smoke are filling the sky above Marathon Petroleum in Garyville. That's a town just west of New Orleans. The company says the fire and leak are contained within the refinery and also report no one was hurt. People living within a mile radius of the fire were evacuated as a precaution, but those orders have since been lifted. The CDC is reporting that COVID-19 related hospitalizations have increased over 20% this summer, and cases in general are on the rise.
A lot has changed since COVID-19 first hit in March of 2020, especially in Texas. 6 News reporter Adriana Alexender is here in studio to explain what new COVID-19 laws were passed during this year's legislative session. Adriana, what can you tell us?
Well, Kris, Lindsay, Texas legislators implemented 2 major bills to address COVID-19 directly. The first is Senate Bill 29. This bill prevents schools and businesses from requiring face masks, implementing mandates, or closing schools or businesses because of COVID-19. And Senate Bill 493 allows veterans who less than honorably discharged for refusing to receive a COVID-19 vaccine eligible for state benefits and services. Both bills go into effect December 1st. The CDC continues to recommend wearing your mask, staying home if you ever feel any symptoms, and of course, getting vaccinated, guys.
All right, thanks so much. I'm hearing a lot of people are coming down with COVID, so we'll keep track of it all.
Stay healthy, everybody.
Thanks, Adriana. All new tonight, a Travis County judge has granted a temporary injunction banning SB 14 from taking effect, rather. That's the state's new law that bans gender-affirming health care for transgender children. Families and doctors argued that the law discriminates against transgender children. That law was supposed to go into effect September 1st. The state is expected to appeal.
Okay, we've done this before. Heads up in Copperas Cove. If you've got a warrant out for your arrest, now is your chance to clear it without being arrested. Tomorrow, the city court will help anyone with a Class C warrant get it taken care of. If you can't pay up front, they'll even help you set up a payment plan. Just head over to the municipal court tomorrow from 8 a.m. until noon. If you can't make it, there's another chance Thursday evening. Well, stay with us, everybody. Up next, the fallout from former President Trump's 16 minutes inside the Fulton County Jail and who is cashing in on his now infamous mugshot.
And we'll tell you which Texas city was picked for the Republican National Convention in 2028. We'll be right back.